Still iBrandTV Daybreak. We're looking at personal finance, and on today's personal finance, the major conversation is around good financial habits for workers. Just pin it that way. And we have Mr. Charles in the house. Just before we went on that quick break, you were telling us how labor is an essential part of production. Let's take it up from there.
Yes. And when you don't take care of any of these factors of production, that is a problem. And we see the government as an employer making that mistake. Even private employers, they are making that mistake. So it is the duty of the employer to ensure that the workers are well taken care of. The quality of the working environment is conducive, and you will see the productivity of these workers. Averagely, the Nigerian workers I have come to know, they are hardworking, they want to contribute to their own quota. But the employers, whether government or private, they think because they want to maximize profits, then you kind of do certain things that the workers will be shortchanged. Let's ask ourselves, how many private employers today have their workers on NHF, National Housing Fund, have their workers hooked to the health management organization, have certain schemes for their workers? They think they are saving money and making profits. No. Financially stressed employee will obviously stress the balance sheet of any company. So, and that is why all over the world today, the Society for Human Resource Management, where I recommend most HROs to go and take some course there, financial planning, financial stress, these are courses being taught to workers, so that it is not the amount of money you pay your worker that matters. The little you pay that worker, how is he able to manage it to stay free of debt? You know, money issues can lead to so many things, can lead to stress, and when the worker is stressed, he will not give his or her best. So we are seeing today now some private organizations, even governments, they have come to realize that they need to take care of their workers in terms of teaching them, talking to them about their finances. Because research has also shown that workers that are exposed to financial literacy, financial education, tend to manage their finances better. And when they don't have that financial stress, you can see how it is reflecting in their day-to-day activities in the workplace. So, and that is why we are saying today being a workers' day, then both the worker, the employer should now begin to reflect on how they are both partners in progress. I go places and I teach financial planning, and people say, if you want to be rich, you don't need to be an employee. But I will tell you today, there are people who had worked all their life, 35 years, and today they've achieved what? Financial security. Not everybody is cut out to be an entrepreneur. And when you are an entrepreneur, you need workers. If you don't need them, you can't do it alone. And I also tell workers, you are there, not just you are working for somebody, you are also working for yourself. So that's at the end of the day, you will say, yes, this is my own contribution. So for you to achieve financial security, because that's what we're talking today, for a worker, you need to have certain plans in place. Your retirement plan. I've also told workers, the government, your employer, cannot plan your retirement for you. They will do their own bit. It is you, the worker, that will plan your retirement. It's as simple as that. You need to also have after retirement plan, a savings plan, an investment plan, a tax plan. You need to also have what I call estate plan, because a time will come, whether you like it or not, the good Lord will call us. And when the good Lord has called you as a worker, who takes care of your loved ones? So you need to have that kind of plan, even when you have gone to meet your creator.
All right, now we don't have so much time because we're pressed for time right now. But now I want to ask you this question so that you can quickly address it in just a short while. Yeah, when you talk about companies hooking up their employees on national health and national housing scheme,
Yes.
some companies will tell you they are startups. So how do they do that? So what practical steps can you proffer to these companies to really, imbibe in order to incorporate their employees into? Because to a great extent, accommodation remains a big issue, especially for those who live in big cities like Lagos. And to a great extent, so much is put into accommodation, and really nothing left for the employee to hold on to. So how can the companies come in to be able to cushion this effect for them?
Okay, we've seen companies having their own estates, if it is possible. We've also seen companies, yes, you have said some of these companies are startups. Now, we are not saying because you just start a company today, then you must go and build houses for your workers now. No, we are not saying that. And of course, the rule is even if you have at least 5 staff working, then you register them on, first of all, the pension scheme. Where you pay a portion as an employer, then the employee also pays a certain portion, and you send to the pension office or whatever, your pension manager, and that is taken care of. Now, coming to the housing, you know that an employee that is properly housed, he leaves the office, he goes to his house, he sleeps, and he knows that, in the next few years, this house will belong to him. He will see how that worker will give his best. Now, registering somebody on the NHF is not the amount of money. That is what we call affordability rates. That is, you are not expected to pay more than 1/3 of your income on housing. So for the NHF plan, whether private or government, you register your workers. At the end of every month, you deduct 2.5%. So if the man's salary is 100,000, you deduct 2,500 naira. That is his own contribution to the housing scheme. And after he has done that contribution, maybe for a year or two, as the case may be, you can now ask him to approach a mortgage bank. That he has a mortgage bank. Open an account with a mortgage bank. Now, the maximum amount of loan, housing loan, you can get from that mortgage bank under NHF is 15 million. Okay? So, but you must contribute at least 10%.
Yeah.
So, if the worker has already 1.5 million, then they can access 15 million. The mortgage bank will package it, and of course. So, it is not a big problem for the employer. It is just the will. If you have the interest of your employee at heart, you will need to do that. And it is for the benefit of the employer too. Because once your employees are happy, of course, you will see the results from them.
Okay, it's getting very, very,
Very
interesting.
honestly.
I wish we had more time to, keep.
In fact, we
to
would have loved to
buttress
even
this
ask you if there are sanctions government can place
on what
corporate bodies who are not doing this.
True, because it's not enough to keep talking about it like this. I've seen a corporate organization where the workers are saying deduct our salary, just give us health insurance. We don't mind, we will pay for it. But this the owner of the company was just too adamant. He didn't even want to hear the conversation. I want to believe that in the list of rights that workers have, there is a place where the government would say if your employer is not giving you A, B, C, or D and E, which is basic, then you have the right to sue, or you have the right to go to court. It's been a trending word in this country these days.
Well, you see, again, issue of awareness, and that is why we'll keep talking. We'll not give up, we'll keep talking, because workers deserve the best, because the employers are also making it good. It's a partnership, and it must be a win-win for both sides. You can't say look at the history of workers solidarity, workers fight and all that. At the end of the day, both parties will lose. So it is a win-win situation, and that's what we are
Situation.
preaching. Yes,
Yeah.
so we want to encourage, especially the HROs. In fact, we even done courses for them to understand the importance of financial wellness of their employee and how it affects productivity in the workplace. There is a link.
Unfortunately, these are conversations that are not being had enough. They make the details of, you know, the welfare of a worker, and unfortunately we don't get to talk about it a lot, because first of all, you don't even want to lose your job. Somebody might get angry with you for making demands that, you know, you deserve as a worker. So these are the issues, and I'm hoping that, Mr. Charles, we can have the opportunity to buttress this conversation, because it's very, very necessary, especially on a day like today, May the 1st. But thank you so much for, you know, the information you've eased us into this morning. We really appreciate it.
Well, before you even round off, every worker should also plan their finances.
You know,
Don't wait.
That was going to be the next question.
Exactly.
You
Don't
know,
wait for
maybe we'll
employers.
talk about that.
We'll talk
one.
about that, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much. It is still iBrandTV Daybreak. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Even if you're not working right now, you will become a worker in the nearest future. You want to keep these things behind your mind. Coming up next on the iBrandTV Daybreak is a social media buzz, and of course we have a bit of sports. You don't want to miss out on any of these. Stay with us.